Hello, friends and enemies. It's me, V. I'm looking at my hat right now, and I realize this has replaced my bonnet. I don't know how I feel about that. I need to wash my hair, honestly. You can't tell. Can you see the yellow? Yeah. I was supposed to bleach it last night after work. Instead, I was like, I'm tired, then tried to fall asleep. Couldn't really sleep. And now, after getting 4 hours of sleep, I am wide awake, and I'm ready to do this. What was originally also supposed to happen is they were supposed to send someone over because I have leaking in my bathroom. That was supposed to happen yesterday because I had talked to them. They wanted to come into my house, and I was like, no. Because according to my thing, you at least should have 24 hours. And I said to him, like, I just need to clean the bathroom. And cleaning a bathroom means I just need to clean the toilet bowl. Because I needed to clean the toilet bowl. That's all I needed to do. I had flushed it, but there was stuff still left in it. And I didn't want them to be like, oh, I see you leave things even after you flush. No, I didn't need you to know that. So I cleaned it out. I got up at 7 yesterday. Got up early today. They never came. And it leaked. It leaked last night, so great, awesome. Really happy I'm spending what I'm spending. But I have a place, so thankfully I have a place. Now, this video, it's going to be a little bit heated because I'm going to be talking about going into spaces where you are not a part of that actual space. And also talk about outing sex workers, or outing anyone in general, but really sex workers. Now, I will give you context. This all started because of Smokey Glow. I'm going to link down the video below of actually her talking a little bit about it and Gabby Martino. So let's hop into it. It all starts with OnlyFans. Everything always starts with OnlyFans. Now, what I was told is that originally OnlyFans was for fitness instructors to get together and be like, hey, clients, if you pay me money, I'll show you how to work out. And then over time, it went from that to sex work. Pictures of your feet or videos of yourself doing things. And, people started to really promote themselves into the sex workers. It worked for them. And during this pandemic, it has really exploded as people are like, oh my gosh, look at how much money these people are getting, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go do it too. And as a result, it's kind of getting a little saturated. That being said, you have Gabby Martino, who is a YouTuber, or rather she's someone known as imitating Ariana Grande on TikTok. You have Bella Thorne, who's an actress, but known mostly for social media. And then you have Tana Mojo, who does jack shit, but she's known for Instagram. Well, first YouTube, now she's gone on Instagram, and her ditzy ass is everywhere. And then she went to OnlyFans. So you have 3 people who were successful and decided, you know what, I'm going to go into this space that originally was for sex workers, and I'm going to try my hand at it. To me, it's like when someone who is coming from a different privilege, in this case, they have money. They have money, and they have social media clout, and they're like, hey, go to my OnlyFans. And as a result, they fucked with things. Bella Thorne, she did a bait and switch. She said, go look at this video. All these guys paid for this video, maybe women too, whoever, and she made $2 million off of it. And then people, when they saw the video, they're like, or rather, when they saw the photo, they were like, this is not at all what I expected. This is just, she's not even nude in it. She didn't say that. And as a result, they were like, we want our money back. So OnlyFans had to pay these people back the money. And then after paying them back the money, we're like, okay, we're putting these things in where you can only get so much money from the fans, and you have to jump through hoops and blah, blah, blah. I remember reading the Twitter threads as sex workers were like, this is fucking with my rent. This is fucking with my life. I do this to, make money so I have a place to stay. I can go and afford food. What the fuck is going on? You had somebody who had money that got bored and said, I'm going to join this space even though I don't know what the fuck is going on. It is like with someone who's straight, and I'll use examples that I have from real life. I, as you all know, am not straight. I said that I originally came out as lesbian, then I came out as pan. Now I'm not straight. Am I pansexual? There's logistics between pan and bi. And I'm not going to get into that whole shit fest. But suffice to say that when I was like when I was super surrounded by my friends in my hometown, and we would go to drag shows and everything, there would always be a few drunk straight women who then would do things that were really questionable. Like, they would go up to drag queens and grab their genitals, or be like, oh, you want this, or be really overtly aggressive to a point you're like, why are you doing that? That's not cute. I can't remember whose video it is, but there was a drag queen that got revenge on this drunk straight woman who came into this bar. The drag queen, she was performing, she was doing well, and then this drunk woman starts getting up and dancing and taking attention away from the drag queen. And the drag queen more or less like pulled her down and was like, no, stay in your lane, which was beautiful. I really wish I knew the video. I need to look that shit up. But the point is, you have somebody who has privilege go into a different space and then act a hot ass mess without realizing, hey, maybe I should just sit down and shut the fuck up. White people going into black spaces or Asian spaces or any space that is not white, and then saying, well, I've never heard of racism. I don't know about racism. I am a good person in any way. I'm this and that, and really promoting themselves without going, hey, maybe you need to read the room and shut the fuck up. That's what they were doing. Gabby Martino really fucked up recently. For those of you who don't know, she, like I said, was the TikToker who looks like Ariana Grande. What she did is so fucked up. According to people who saw the video, she sent out a video that said, hey, no panties on. And obviously, when you think, ooh, no panties on, I myself would be like, oh, she's not wearing panties? Let me pay money to go see her not wearing panties. She showed a video of herself not wearing panties. Here's the kicker, though. She was a child. A child. It was a picture. It was a video, actually, of her as a child, meaning underage, flashing the camera. Which means she distributed her own child pornography. And now these people could get arrested because they had downloaded child porn. Obviously, people were freaking the fuck out, which you should freak the fuck out if somebody sends you child porn. Why would you give this to me? I could go to jail. What the fuck is wrong with you? And she was like, I see nothing wrong with it. And I guess maybe something was wrong with it, but, whatever. No, that's child porn, you stupid bitch. What was up? What the fuck were you thinking? Jesus fucking Christ. And that's the shit that happened. And thinking of that and thinking of how people can go into spaces and fuck things up, it also got me thinking with her going, with her doing it, it made me think of all the sex workers, and then having some of those sex workers that were talking about, like, hey, this is stuff that's going on with me, blah, 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 I'm now losing money. Then having people outing them. And I'm not talking about just OnlyFans, Pornhub, XTube, all of the porn that you do, that you're trying to make money on, and then having that fear of someone outing them. And I'll give two examples. One, there was a couple that I watched on Chatterbait. This is, I think, maybe five plus years ago. There was a couple that I found on Chatterbait. I really liked them. I thought they were adorable. They were hot. They were cute. I was actually watching this stream. Didn't pay money because I'm broke, and we're going to get to the subject of that later on. And they were just, doing stuff, and someone tipped them and said, hey, Heather, Danny, just so you know, someone just doxed you on fucking Twitter, and they have your name and they have your names and your Facebook IDs, and it looks like they just sent screenshots to your parents. They said, what? Ashley and Danny then they stopped having sex to look this up, and once they noticed it, they were fucking freaked out. Like, you don't understand. There are still biases against sex workers because assholes want to preach this, I'm so much better than you. Why? Because you're having sex as well. The only thing is, you're not, putting it online and getting paid for it. You aren't actively getting money for it. And then you want to out this person and be like, look at them. Aren't they disgusting? Why? Because they're doing what most people do. Unless you're asexual. If you're asexual, not having sex, hey dude. Or hey dude, ma'am, non-gender variant friends. You guys do you. Who cares? But it just got me because the people that are going and talking about these sex workers and outing them, this comes up to my second one. We're doing it also for clout. There was on CBS, I want to say it was the Big Brother house, either Big Brother house. Yeah, it was a Big Brother house where they were in quarantine. A Twitter follower added CBS and said, hey, just so you know, one of your people is a sex worker, LOL, and then linked the actual footage of the person doing porn. Do you know what happened? That person then left, which really means that CBS said we don't want to be tied to your sex work. So as a result, this person lost out on money, meaning they worked their ass off on a reality show to maybe get some money. And this asshole on Twitter who got, thousands of likes and views and all this shit, all of a sudden they're getting clout because they outed somebody as being a sex worker. How the fuck is it that we as a society are like, yeah, the person who outed us, outed the sex worker. Yeah, they're good. That sex worker's wrong. What? Are you kidding me? If anything, if I were listening to someone out someone, that tells me right away that 1, they are not trustworthy. 2, they will narc on you for anything as long as there's money involved. And 3, showing that they are an asshole. Someone who shows you information or something that is personal, that is making them vulnerable, that is, that they're exposing themselves to you. And you take that information and tell others. You show their nudes. You show the videos that they gave you. And I'm including the motherfuckers who also have people's nudes and leak them online because they're upset that person broke up with them. You're a fucking monster. You're a fucking asshole. I hope you get COVID and fucking die. I don't even give a shit. That is some horrible shit. Okay. I'm going to trace back and say, you know what? I don't hope you get COVID and die. I do hope that you get COVID and that it is super severe. And during that time, you reflect on your life choices and actively make these steps to get better. I don't want you to die. You know what? I take back you dying because you dying that makes you a martyr of COVID. The martyr of, oh my gosh, this person died of COVID. We shouldn't talk negatively about them, which is what a lot of people do when someone's an asshole. Point blank period. If someone's an asshole and they die, usually people are like, let's not talk shit about them. They died. Let's remember them as who they are. No. Fuck that. Billy diddled dogs. We should talk about the fact he's a dog diddler instead of saying, well, he saved a cat once. Well, who the fuck cares? He did terrible shit. We need to bring it up. He's a human being, not make him into a fucking martyr. But I digress. If you are showing people's nudes, their videotapes, and I'm talking and I know that people are young, they're stupid, but once you get a certain age, you really You're pressing the luck of, oh my gosh, that's cute, to, oh my gosh, you're a fucking asshole. What is that age limit? I don't even know. I partly want to say like 25, 26, because then that's when you absolutely have realized, hey, this is how not to be a monster. Here's how to be a monster. But I don't know. I can't say what the actual age is. But I have seen nudes of people that have leaked it to me, or rather they've said like, here's my nudes, and I've taken it in and been like, okay, you're drunk, so okay, thanks for the nudes. And then I've seen nudes that friends have been like, hey, look at his dick, and I'm like, oh, that's nice dick. And I now look at that, I'm like, oh, I was consuming someone else's stuff because my friend sent it to me. Or rather, my friend showed it to me as we were drinking, and I didn't realize until now that, hey, that's some really toxic behavior, and hey, you should not be showing someone's nudes, because that shows that you do not consider them a human being, that you are going to take their vulnerability of them being nude and everything and just, show it for everybody. Then again, at the same time I make this and say, hey, don't do that. At the same time, if it's unsolicited dicks, then I'm like, shame that motherfucker. Shame you. Because I'm just going to say it now. If somebody's like, hey, I want your dick pic, or hey, I want your nude, then okay. You should, they're showing it to you. You are accepting it. You delete it afterwards. And you guys, you have that mental image in your head and you don't talk about it, but you know it's there, but you don't save it. If, however, and nowhere in the conversation there was like, oh, I would love for you to rub me down or other stuff, and you're just like, hey, here's my nude, and the other person did not fucking ask you, oh boy, oh baby, no, something. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Oh my God. I didn't think this topic would end with me talking about nudes and unsolicited dick pics. I really didn't think that would happen. But in conclusion, don't go into spaces that you do not know what's going on with, and don't try to push people towards your narrative when you are usually the majority. If you're a straight person, don't go into an LGBT space and then spout a bunch of bullshit and not think for a second that people aren't going to call your ass out. If you are a consumer of porn and you are paying, of someone's time and effort into doing the nudes, into doing the videos, into doing all these sexual things, or not even just the sexual things, to create creatives, meaning art, as well as video, YouTubers, Twitch people. Now, I'm now including everybody, because I consider sex work. You gotta be creative. People have to be creative in order to get people to watch them. You have to have a personality. And to do that, there should be, hey, I'm going to pay you for this because you put time, effort, and energy into it. Not, I'm not going to pay you, but I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to out you as I'm going to out you as a sex worker because I'm a fucking asshole. Don't be that asshole. If you are that asshole, you can go fuck the right off. Anyway, I'm going to leave on that note. And you know what? I do want to say that I have a little post-it that I'm like, free consumption of porn and creatives. Do not take money out of people's mouths because you are upset with how they're treating you. And by that, outing them as sex workers, or if there are anonymous YouTubers and all they're doing is telling people stories and you're like, I want to know what this person looks like. I don't trust that he has a deep voice. You need to step away from the internet and you need to reevaluate your life. And as always, fuck Tom Brady.